We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
And a very warm welcome to you all. Welcome to the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial. We're in Martensville, Saskatchewan. This is draw number 8, and our feature match for you today. Aoki and Tori Koana of Japan taking on Randine Baker and Lott from Selkirk, Manitoba. I'm Hans Frauenlob. I'm joined by Ryan Jacques. Ryan, should be a good one. Team Aoki Koana with the hammer here in end number 1. They're playing the Redstones. Both Go and Tori. They've got World Championship experience. Both started that World Championship experience in fours at a very young age. Now teamed up as a mixed doubles team. Come around attempt from Go over curls. A good opportunity here early for Lott.
All right, welcome folks to another game of the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial Spiel here in Martensville, Saskatchewan. Today, my name's Ryan Jacques, and I'm joined by Hans Frauenlob. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And we're
absolutely
looking forward to bringing you this game. We've got Team Japan, Koana and Aoki versus Baker and Lott from Manitoba. How are you doing today, Hans?
No, fantastic, and it's really interesting to see, Go Aoki and Tori Koana.
I'm not sure we can hear you right now, Hans. I think your mic might be muted.
Okay.
So we've got Team Koana Aoki, based out of Yamanasshi, Japan. They are throwing the redstones, and they have the hammer in this first end. They won the draw to the button, so they get the first advantage like that. And of course, Baker Lott throwing the blue stones. Yeah, interesting game here, Ryan. And that's a nice guard thrown up there. Oh, the team from Japan, they've got some work to do to find a way to get that blue rock off the button. I imagine we're going to be looking at some sort of run back here.
Very
Maybe
busy
double
looking
peel,
first end.
but, if you get rid of those two center guards, you're looking a lot better than you were before. And unfortunately, we'll still get one of the guards. But unfortunately for this team from Yamanasshi, Japan, they do not have the next throw. So we're going to see another guard coming up here.
It all started with the guard. The very first guard come around attempt from Aoki.
All right, you got one more crack at opening this up before the last shot. So this is a pretty key shot here. Got to get some blues moving, and this one is not coming back enough. So you're going to see yet another guard from the Baker Lott team here. And I don't know if we're even going to, if they put this up in a good spot, I don't know if we're going to even see Koana and Aoki throw their last rock, since if you are running a blue rock, it's a pretty lonely red in the back there. You clip that out, it's 2, maybe even 3 blues. So you just got to make sure you're out wide enough on this one as a guard, because if you come right to the center line, I bet you're going to see Koana and Aoki chase it and try to chip that blue past the red and sit for 2. Very precise shot, but it's possible. There for 1 for sure. We'll have to see about 2 though. And it's got to sit. I think it's sat in time, but you might be able to get there. But you got to curl well past the guard in order for that to happen. So. But the good news is you're only facing 1. If you give up a single point here in mixed doubles, that's pretty good, because it's almost like 2 is a force in mixed doubles with how much offense there is. So you force him to 1 here, or for the steal, it's not so bad. You take the hammer to the second end. Let's see what they can do here. This one's curling right away. Looking really close. How's the weight though? Oh, did he get it? I don't think so. Really good try, though. That's a steal of 1 for Blue. Team Baker and Lott. They'll take a 1-0 lead in the second one. We'll be right back after this.
Handcrafted in the Revolution.
Don't forget the brooms.
Yep, you got it.
Come on up. Well, what do you got? You got 1, you got 2, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
That's a nice one.
Alrighty, I am back. Not sure if folks can hear me, but I'll talk nonetheless. So back in the second end here, and a few technical difficulties, but just getting those sorted out. So this steal of 1 in the first end for the Baker Lott team. They take a 1-0 lead in the second end here over Koana Aoki out of Japan. Got a very close game here. Exciting end so far. Got Blue sitting 1, but there's a lot of rocks to come. So could easily turn into a multiple point score for the Koana Aoki team.
Yeah, very exciting game, Ryan.
Hey, Hans. How's it going?
It's going good, thanks.
Yes, glad we could figure it out. I know something was going on with the commentator room. I'm not sure if you could hear me potentially, but I couldn't hear you at the time.
Yeah, I could hear you, but you couldn't hear me. But anyways, we're getting there.
Oh, no.
We're getting there.
Yes. Well, we got it all sorted out. So. So throwing this rock is Tanner Lott. And They are out of Manitoba, this team. And then Randine Baker is the sweeper on this one and throwing the first and fifth stones of this end. It looks like we've got a lot of curl today, Hans. Hey?
Indeed.
But I'm sure these players don't mind. We'll let them make some pretty cool finesse shots.
Yeah, it's always fun to come in sideways.
All right, so it's an interesting situation here. We got the Blue Rock still full forward, just close enough to sit shot rock. And it's well guarded, and they're throwing on this one. So it will be interesting for sure.
Just a fraction strong, the dreaded mini bounce.
Now they really would have liked to get that one in there nice.
Yeah, we saw in the pregame draw to the buttons, Ryan, that a bit of pace here in Martensville. They're carrying a little bit further than I think they imagine. Mixed doubles
sure
that
are,
really make all the difference, 6 inches deep, and that's a terrible shot.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's really good conditions out there for these players.
Here's Tori Koana. A real fan favorite when she skipped the Japanese women's team at Women's Worlds.
And based on the YouTube viewership this game and previous games, we got a lot of fans from Japan in the house. So there are lots of people cheering on this team.
Well, with shots like that, that's going to win you fans, isn't it?
Totally, yep.
Welds it just past pin, maybe the tiniest little look at the pinhole for Team Baker Lott, but that was a lovely shot from Tori Koana.
Yeah, that's a much needed shot. They had to get one in there. They didn't have very good angles on the run back, so it's a crucial shot for sure. But if they can follow it down here, it's going to be tough to get that one out.
Yeah, this is really an all or nothing shot for Randine Baker.
Sure is.
Has to squeak the front red. Has to get it to the nose of the shot rock to get to the pin. The only good place for this is perfect.
And that's not usually what you want to be throwing. But we see a lot more of those shots in mixed doubles than we do in
Absolutely. In mixed doubles, this is normal.
Yep.
Lott trying to get it by the front. He's just going to clip though. Good sweep, just not enough to get it there. Now, can you squeeze another one through that port? Pretty tight.
I don't know. They wanted that one to come all the way, but they did block that draw path off pretty nicely.
Are they looking at the double run here, Ryan?
I think they are. That's pretty much all I see for 2, maybe even 3 here if you stick it perfectly. But there's a bit of risk there, hey?
Sure is. I mean, the reds are welded, so you figure that the red is going to survive, but blue, red, blue, I think, is what they're taking a long look at here. Blue, red, blue on the front forefoot, and that would be a shot for 3 if she can stick it, or if Go can stick it. You could try to draw through that draw path, but you can see here from the delivery end, really not much of a hole. You might be able to feather the stone that was just delivered. Maybe get into the button area, but that's a shot for 2. Double run's a shot for 3 with not huge risk. So this is one of these classic risk-reward calculation shots. We'll just see when he lines up and comes out of the hack. That'll tell us the choice that they're making on this one.
Totally, yep. As they say, go big or go home.
Well, one thing I always say in mixed doubles, there's no such thing as a safe lead. So if you're not taking risks in mixed doubles, you're not winning.
For sure, yep.
Does look like the double run. Blue onto red onto blue. Oh, I think they just missed the sweep read just so slightly.
Oh.
So close. A great attempt. Single point for Aoki and Koana, and we are dead even. 1-1 after 2 in Martensville.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Welcome back to Martensville. Third end underway at the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial. Draw number 8. 18 teams in the competition, 8 trying to qualify for the quarterfinals. We are dead even 1-1. Randine Baker and Tanner Lott taking on Aoki and Tori Koana.
And Hans, how are these standings looking? Are these teams still fighting for a playoff spot? Is this
Absolutely.
a must-win game, perhaps, for somebody?
Yep. Both coming in here 2-1. So 8 are going to qualify. One more round robin draw after this round. So this is very much a fight for qualification.
Cool. Well, love to have exciting games like this. You know, there's just a little bit more on the line. Everyone wants it, that extra bit. Of course, when we get to playoffs, then you want to win every game. But you got to get to playoffs too.
Exactly. Can't win it if you don't get there. Randine Baker looking to weld. This one needs to move a little bit. Pretty good weight. Needed to curl another half a rock, and that corner freeze leaves a little opening here for Aoki and Koana. First end with the hammer for Team Baker Lott. Aoki and Koana won the hammer in the first, dropped a steal, came back with a score of 1, tried a circus shot for a 3, just missed it. That's where we are.
waiting for a score update for the scorecard there, but it is tied 1-1 here, like Hans said there.
All right, we're chatting briefly between ends and saying what I love about mixed doubles. Circus shots all the time, and there's always the chance of a multiple score coming out of nowhere in mixed doubles.
Absolutely, it's quite the format of curling. In some respects, a lot more exciting than fours. Though I'd also say a lot more predictable. You get all the rocks into the 4 foot. A lot of the ends look similar, but you never have to worry about a boring end.
Well, that's right. And, the rules in mixed doubles have evolved over time to deal with some of that predictability. Of course, the power play coming into mixed doubles gives the opportunity for the teams to set corner guards as opposed to up the middle. In the early days when I was playing mixed doubles internationally, the stationary stone was actually on the back of the pin. So these things are clustered in the 4 foot now. Imagine when the first shot of the end was always a freeze to the stone on the pin, and then if that shot's made, the end is basically dead. So
right.
The sport has evolved a lot, and even though the action is always going to be in the 4 foot, the degree of forgiveness for a miss in mixed doubles is literally you're half a foot heavy. And that's a big miss in mixed doubles.
It sure is. Yep. It's a game of inches, even more so in many cases than fours, like you said.
Absolutely. It's all about freezes. It's all about angles. It's all about controlling the path into the 4 foot.
I myself haven't played a ton of doubles, but from my experience and watching games, it seems that first shot for both teams is crucial. It almost determines the direction of the end, and you can almost tell who's going to score a lot of the times based on that first shot.
Yeah, the first and fifth shots, and of course in doubles, you can change rotations every end. Some teams do occasionally. So in the rules, there is no designated female or male throwing place. So one player is throwing rocks 1 and 5, and the other one's throwing 2, 3, and 4. But yeah, that number 1 rock, crucial. That does dictate how the end is going to evolve, no doubt. There's Tori Koana. But I remember, Ryan, I was doing commentary at the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang. And
awesome.
The mixed doubles competition preceded the men's and women's fours. And it was really interesting and that was the first time, of course, that mixed doubles were at an Olympics. And you could see the contrast after about 4 or 5 days of the mixed doubles competition. Millions of rocks in play, lots of action on every shot. And then when the mixed doubles competition ended and the fours started, it wasn't like it was boring, but it was actually, it was like, there's not much happening in fours compared to doubles. And so the contrast was really stark, but I think that's great personally. For me, doubles always needed to have its own personality and its own discipline. And I think that's what it's clearly become now. Doubles, playing doubles well and playing fours well, you need the same basic skills, but there are very different games.
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head there. Would you say one discipline, like if you say you play fours curling, does that help you a lot with doubles and vice versa?
Well, the thing in doubles is you better be able to sweep. So
very true.
You can't hide a weak sweeper in doubles. So that's probably the first thing. It's
I suppose athletic. You could and tire out your other player, sweep every rock.
Well, you certainly do see that, where one player is Tanner Lott's trying to run back and just explode the pile here, red, into blue, ba-boom! Fantastic shot from Tanner.
Well, I think that's the wrong color.
Oh, no, you're right. You're dead right. Exactly right.
No.
It's actually disaster.
That is tragic.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, gosh. Sorry about that, folks. You're exactly right. It looked like the straight run, and it was the straight run, unfortunately. blowing his own stones out of there as opposed to the opponent's. I guess he does unlock the button area a bit, but yeah, not good.
It's so close to being really good there. Oh.
Yeah, well, that's an example of just, what can happen in doubles, right? You're taking risk on every shot. And the line between something amazing and something awful is very, very fine.
They're not out of the woods yet. So that 2 shots, and that's a lot of time in doubles.
It sure is. Yep. You can absolutely turn an end around with a single shot in doubles. So Tori Koana looking to lob another one in front of the pile here. Like to hide a corner behind the center guard. Doesn't really want to disturb the stones in the rings, but 4th shot would be a bonus, and she gets that. Pushes that red into the open. I don't think that was helpful.
No.
Might be a little escape hatch here for Team Baker Lott.
Yeah, probably just a hair too much. They might have been trying to play a little bump, but they certainly didn't want it that far, like you said.
So there are a couple of options here. With that stone being pushed, as we look on the overhead, to the left-hand side of the button, there is a path on the outturn side now that wasn't there a minute ago. Could draw between those two on the outturn side and wedge one into the button area. Could play a bit more weight. Hit the stone front button, get a little bit of an inside flop, still get shot, so couple of get out of jail options here for Tanner Lott.
You really got to get to the inside on this one. You nose that red.
I was just going to say, nose or outside on the red is not good.
Big trouble. Yeah.
Trying to play quiet weight just to make sure it can move. It's going to get the nose, but it's not going to get across nose. Makes the double, removes a couple of reds, so that cuts the damage down a little bit, but second shot, and crucially leaving himself in the open. And that, I think, more than anything, Ryan, was why it was essential that he got across nose on that one.
For sure. So you make the nose hit here. I'm not sure you even have a shot for one, even though the whole button's open. It's pretty well protected.
Exactly that. Even the blue run back, probably not there. So Aoki be looking to remove that blue stone front 4-foot. A tiny inside flop would be a huge bonus, but job one is just get rid of this one. And there's the nose, there's the tiny roll, gets a little clip in that blue going back, and red lies 3. Nice shot.
Very nice, yep. You see anything worth playing here for one?
Oh, boy. You can see about a third of shot rock, but problem is if you're playing back 8-foot weight to get to shot rock, you're spilling away from the pin when you make contact. You're probably giving up the steal. So short answer, no, there isn't an easy option for one.
It's
the draw to the back of the button on the outturn side might be the only way to score. But I think in this situation, you're probably thinking, we'll just concede one here and reload. So I think the thing to play here is to avoid dropping 3 on a steal. So for me, you're thinking about second shot here more than you're thinking about scoring.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because if you gamble, let's imagine you did try drawing around the pile of everything on the outturn side to try and get a piece of the back of the button. You feather that redstone in the 8-foot, you're dropping a steal at 2, you're maybe dropping a steal at 3. That's really bad. drop a steal of 1, well, you're 1 down. Get the hammer again. Try it again.
Totally. Down 1 in mixed doubles, that's nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Practically a tied game. Well, even in fours, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
Even more
right.
so in doubles with all the offense.
That's exactly that. So we're setting up. Well, we're going to come up the middle. It does look like they're going to try that. Are they trying the run, or are they just trying a hit here? I think they might be just trying a hit on the second shot.
Yeah, they need a flop to get inside if they want to sit second, though.
That is the thing. Are they going to get a second shot? There's the nose, and you're exactly right, Ryan. That will be a steal of 2 for Aoki and Koana. Hit was made by Baker, but without the inside roll, it turns the steal of 1 into a steal of 2. And after 3, it is 3-1.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Welcome back to Martensville, Saskatchewan. It's the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial, 8th draw. Aoki and Koana of Japan taking on Lott from Selkirk, Manitoba. Aoki Koana with a steal of 2 in the third end, giving them a 3-1 lead as play is rolling here in end number 4. On Frauenlob here with Ryan Jacques. And Ryan, as usual in doubles, every end has had something cooking.
It sure has. Yeah, it's been an exciting game so far, and it's going to be an exciting rest of the game here. I think this is going to go all the way. And I was doing some commentating yesterday as well, and had a bit of a commentator jinx going on. So, but I hope we get our money's worth here. It seems to be trending in that direction, I'd say.
Trying to follow down that perfect first rock freeze over, curls, clips the front guard, pushes it off the center line. You can see Tori Koana saying, yep, we'll just replace that guard, thank you very much. Our stone is absolutely welded on the stationary stone back 4 foot, so it's time to protect it.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that, does it, Tay?
Well, the unfortunate thing for Team Baker Lott with that little crash on the center stone kind of impeded both paths to the button, in-turn side and out-turn side. So it's going to make the follow-up shot, if Tori can make this guard well, much more complex. These long guards, though, can be a little bit tough, Ryan. You're kind of used to throwing guards into the range of where the existing guards are. Tori wants it to be about 6 feet short of that. So sometimes it's difficult to pull the string and get the line right.
Absolutely, and I'd say especially in doubles when you've got that top 4 foot weight locked in, you just take 6 feet off for a tight guard. It's
exactly.
A little
you're
trickier
taking
for the
16
long
feet off for a center guard.
Yep, and she did it beautifully there. It's nicely separated, tough to open things up.
Yeah, she does the primary job well, which is take the port away. Lots of separation, very nice stone.
So what do you think here, Hans? Is it time to open things up, or do you give one more shot at getting a good angle or even getting shot rock there with that out-turn draw path?
Well, the thing about doubles is, you got to pick your spots well, but you don't have many chances to kind of make your move. And so Tanner's instinct is to hammer things, but oh my goodness. Strike force, but he absolutely plants on the back guard, leaving it sitting directly where it was. So that is not really improving the situation much at all, unfortunately, for Team Baker Lott.
No, it's been very unlucky with those, planting that one and leaving the shooter, and not to mention last time that straight run back, super close, but all the blues went flying and the reds stayed in the top of the forefoot and even the buttons.
It's hard to imagine when you throw it that hard that you can plant and stick the way that Tanner has, unfortunately for him. But a great opportunity here for Team Aoki Koana now, as Tori Koana. This is green light go now. This is a chance to deal with that one little lingering problem that you've got, which is the fact that the pin is open. So if she can weld this one right on top of her shot rock, it could be lights out for this end. Good looking line. Not sure it's going to get there though. Aoki giving it a mighty sweep, trying to drag it full 4 foot. Oh, what a great sweep.
Fantastic sweeping. I didn't think that was getting there either.
Yeah, I thought, okay, that's got a piece of the 4 foot. I'm not sure it's going to get second shot. And he gets it all the way to the tee line. Great sweep. If you're going to nitpick, you would have loved it to curl another quarter rock, but terrific weight.
Yeah, well,
so no choice here.
Poor Tanner Lott too. He's got his bad luck out of the way. I think he's earned a nice shot here. So let's get rid of 2 guards and get that red coming back into the pile and open up the pin.
Yeah, if there's any curling karma, exactly. You could go blue-red across, blow them up that way. You could go across the nose of blue, go blue-blue, and try to run your own back into the pile. But you're trying to get rocks moving here, and this is coming down with heat. It's actually through the hole, gets contact, unlocks them. So the entertainment continues with Tanner Lott throwing heat. Leaves 2 reds, but importantly, he unlocks the stone in the back. This is well worth another look as Tanner. Yeah, you take it, Ryan.
Well, yeah, makes a little bit better than it was. That was tough to get it right through the hole there.
Yeah. It's always been entertaining when Tanner's throwing big run back weight. So even though red's lying 2, that's much better situation now for Baker Lott because it's unlocked that stone at the back of the 4 foot. So shot rock now can be moved back gently without any problem. Tori Koana. And Aoki, they were recognizing that this changes the complexion of the end a lot, so try to get another one behind that center guard. I think she'd like to leave this one a little higher in the house, though. This one, though, has got lots on it. Doesn't want the bounce, but I think she's going to get it. Just a nose.
This team from Japan, they're just nailing those freezes today. I'd say that's a big part of why they've jumped up to a 3-1 lead so far.
Yeah. Both Tori and Go have skipped Japanese World Men's and World Women's Championship teams. So they're used to throwing big high pressure shots in big situations. And yeah, they play very well together. So not a surprise that they've got the 4 foot dialed in. Lining up another run on that blue guard stone. Not sure that you need to blast this one. More about the contact point.
Interesting call here. You're trying to run that blue back at an angle.
Trying to run the angle into the shot rock. This looks like a beauty. Great shot.
Wow. What
excellent,
a shot.
Excellent shot from Tanner Lott. You can hear him pleading with it to curl as it was going down the sheet. Needed to get by the front blue. Needed to curl once it got past that front
that's
blue.
An awkward run back to give a try and beautifully played to stick it right onto there. Well, what a fantastic leave.
Yeah, that is an absolute hummer, and all of a sudden now,
Really
that's
turned the send
shot.
around in just 2 shots.
Absolutely. And blue on red angle now is so good for Baker Lott. They've got a catcher out on the right-hand side as well. So even though red is lying 1 right now, and even though there's only 2 stones to come, things are suddenly uncomfortable for Aoki and Koana. If they left that path, there'd be an opportunity on the final stone to clip blue, push out red, score 2 that way. Aoki. Just throws the guard up. Takes the out-turn path. I'm not so sure I wouldn't have a try at clipping bouncing blue. I do think there's a shot for 2 here, Ryan. There's a shot. A tough shot for 2. Randine Baker can play the in-turn. She's going to have to squeak the corner guard. She's going to need to throw about back 8-foot weight at least to push the red far enough to score 2. Tanner Lott onto it immediately. Got to get by that center guard as well, but this one is over curling and it's going to crash. So Tanner kicks it away knowing it's going to crash, and it will be a steal of 1. So Team Koana Aoki add another, and they lead it 4-1 at the halfway point of this 8-end game.
On behalf of the volunteer board, the support team, and all the families who will be helped by this year's Sandra Schmirler Foundation Telethon, thank you for being a part of this historic moment. $1,126,014, a new record, exceeding our goal, and most importantly, countless families from St. John's to Victoria to Yellowknife and babies in over 100 hospitals in between will be impacted by your
Fifth end underway here in Martensville. We're at the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial. Draw number 8. Aoki and Tori Koana of Japan enjoying a 4-1 lead over Randine Baker and Tanner Lott of Selkirk, Manitoba. Baker Lott with the hammer here in 5. Baker Lott using their power play here in 5.
And they made a beautiful corner tick there as well. I know they would have liked to get it into the rings, but
yeah,
they'll take that for sure. They can use it. Well, they're going to try to use it right now.
Yeah, that's definitely defensive shot number 1 on the power play. You can really neutralize it if you can tick that corner guard. Saw how far Aoki could drag a stone in the previous end on the brushing, and look at this. Taking it half behind that center guard. Good angle, good position, nice shot.
Very nice. So,
you can see what a weapon strong sweeping is in mixed doubles. If Tanner knows how to throw a downweight shot, he's been throwing nothing but missiles, it seems, for the last few ends. Big
yeah, really.
Backs.
Those were 2 beauties last end. So set up the angles well, and unfortunately couldn't finish it off, but it was a decent setup from what it started with the first 2 shots.
Oh, that's very nicely done. Pushes the shot rock back just behind T, but more importantly leaves his own stone sitting right in front of it, full 4 foot. So that's what you want to do on power play. The opponents neutralize the corner guard with the first shot, real good tick, but when that happens, you just want to accumulate. And now we can see 3 blue stones in the ring. Baker Lott playing those blue stones. They've got the hammer. So they're doing everything they can to accumulate and preserve those stones. And that does mean you mentally shift the gears now if you're Aoki and Tori Koana. That's the thing, Ryan, about mixed doubles. Only 5 rocks. So you got to make your decisions fast. And if you're going to pull the chute on an end, you got to do it really, really quickly.
For sure. Nope. The time runs
so mainly the decision now is
end.
Exactly. So now the decision is, okay, we're probably happy to give up 2 here. Well, let's talk about Ted or Lott throwing the heat. Check out Tori Koana.
This is a missile.
Spill. And just sits up right alongside her own shot rock. I think she wanted to catch that a little thinner. She was thinking crosshouse double. But boy, she threw that hard.
She sure did.
Nice pocket available now for Baker Lott. But they're going to be thinking more than one. Yeah, you could weld one onto the pin there and secure a 1, but down 3, playing their power play. I think, Ryan, they'll be thinking we need to move one of these red rocks at least into the 12 foot.
Yeah. I think you gotta, just to make sure you have room to score your 2.
Yeah.
I think is there room for the thin double there?
There could be room for the thin double, but I think you'd lose shooter. You know, for me, I'm thinking backline weight. Hit the left hand as we're looking at the overhead of the 2 red stones. Leave yourself on an angle on the shot rock.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really good leave for sure.
This one's really moving, though.
All over the guard here.
Yeah. Saving that shooter, though. Again, they're accumulating. So, not what they were playing for sure, but they did get something out of it.
I don't think that blue rock's going to be there for long, though.
Well, we saw how hard that Tori can throw it. So there's no doubt that she can throw weight, and she's looking at the Kevin Martin angle here on the double takeout. She says, can I make that? Can I hit it and go steep? Well, considering how hard she just threw it, you wouldn't rule it out, would you?
Totally.
Rolling to there, you could see go maneuvering his broom just behind the blue. You hit that blue and you kind of wedge one in there. That's not terrible either, depending on the angle you leave.
I'm not sure you can quite get the double, but as long as you're rolling into the blue, you're in a great spot. So
yeah. What you don't want to do, of course, is catch it super thin, careen into the reds, because that could be really bad. But yes, after that shot of earlier in the end, Tanner's that set it up a little bit. For me, the calculus changed immediately for Aoki and Koana to say, oh, well, this is all about not dropping three, really. Again, big weight. And this one's hanging out, though. Got a lot of curling to do. No inside roll here. Knows it best. So 2 to come. If it was your last shot, now you might try that outside double and you could score 2 that way, but it's not last shot, of course.
yeah, it's an interesting position. I'm not sure what I'd play here. Maybe the same shot they just tried, like you were saying earlier, just a little hit and flop on the corner.
That would be my instinct, Ryan. For me, it's you're trying to keep 3 alive here. You know that if you're leaving your opponent something to blast, they're going to throw heat. So if you accept that they're going to throw heat on the next shot, what's the easiest way to get your stone into a place that gives your shot a chance of survival afterwards?
For sure.
And you can do that with the hitting in the inside roll. It just might be harder to get it there into a place that is defensible. But there's a chance for some repositioning. It is entirely possible they could roll across the top of his blue and push it back. Here comes whatever they're going to be doing. Sweeping's not going to help it. Looking for the tiny little redirect, just goes by, flashes it. Was looking for a little thin pinball shot. That's so high risk, especially with no sweepers.
It is, yeah. Like we were talking about, Hans, I don't mind hitting one of those red rocks out, and then now you're at least making Go Aoki shoot for something. But now he's already got 2 in there. So he's not too worried at this point.
Exactly. So if you're super conservative here, and you were happy to give up 2, you could just ping the blue off the top of the 4-foot and effectively concede them a shot at 2. But they're still set up pretty well. When you're lying first and second shot, I think now you're thinking, and I can see the broom pat going in there, that would be my play. I would just weld one to the pin.
Yeah, this is a good situation for them. And even that crotch double, it might even just go into the back 8 blue.
Exactly. So there's no sense making a shot for your opponent. So for me, and I think this is what they're going to play. Go's going to take some risk here, but you've been drawing to the pin the entire game, so you should know the draw path, you should know the weight. And if you freeze, even if you nose freeze against the right-hand one as we look at it from the delivery end, you're not going to drop 2. Go comes in there to take charge on the sweep. Changing angle now. They both thought it was light out of hand, but we've seen how far he can drag this stone. And that, once again, Go Aoki, coast to coast sweeping. Gets it in there for third shot. Another 3 inches forward, and that thing is absolutely perfect, but that is a mighty fine stone.
It sure is. Oh, what do you got here?
You don't have much. You can tap blue straight back to the tee line for one, maybe, but
I don't know. I think that red
kind of
might
overlap.
be
The angle's
slightly,
not there.
Just overlapped enough.
Yeah. Once again, tremendous sweeping, well, from both of them. But go in particular.
Truly, yep. That was key. Get a third one in there. Did you see their final call here? What they're
I didn't see what they've actually settled on. I think maybe you just blast the one that go just through 3/4 and hope that you get some action on the two behind and some rotation. That seems to be what Randine's throwing here.
Really
kind
close.
Of hurl it and hope. And that's exactly what she gets. And it is a score of 1. Very nice shot from Randine Baker.
Fantastic. Wow. Keeping the game alive here.
Absolutely. Something out of nothing. That was a 4-point swing, that shot. Great shot. Closes it up to 4-2.
Handcrafted in Canada. Join the revolution.
What do you got? You got 1, you got 2, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Play underway in the 6th end here in Martensville. We're at the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial. Hans Frauenlob along with Ryan Jacques. Randine Baker, Tanner Lott with a real circus shot for a score in the 5th end to close this one up to a score of 4-2.
Let's take another look at this one.
Facing 3, final shot for Randine Baker. I called it a hurl it and hope. You run it and you hope you get some action on the two behind, and that's exactly what happened.
Now it got it around the horn beautifully.
Exactly. Only way that they had to score a single, and that's what they did. Great shot. So it's Aoki and Koana using their power play here in 6th. And it's interesting. Some teams like to keep the power play in their pocket for the 8th end if they feel like they've got control of the game. But for others, it's like, well, you don't want to finish a game not using it. And if you're in a situation here where you've got control of the game and really you're feeling like the job is to score, that's just as good a time, in my view, to use the power play.
For sure. And isn't that a beautiful shot? You're not allowed to remove that blue, but they push it just to the back line.
Yeah, that is
incredibly precise.
Yeah, an absolute honey. Weight control. Well, weight control is everything in the sport of curling, but weight control in mixed doubles, it's that times 10. If you can throw precise distance, whether it's a freeze or whether it's a tap like that previous shot, you will do well in mixed doubles. This one over curls, it'll sit in the open, and that will be welcome news for Aoki and Koana. By electing to use the power play this end, Ryan, that tells me that really what they're hoping for is a pretty risk-free, trouble-free end, and they're really just happy to score.
Yeah, I think that seems to be their plan here. And just take away any wind out of the sails that Baker and Lott might have gotten from the last end. That was a pretty turning point shot last end. Is a really good result and maybe a bit of momentum. So they're trying to get the momentum back here, I think.
Yeah. And you're also aware that your opponent has used their power play as well. So you know that if you do even just score a single here, your opponent doesn't have the power play in their pocket to use, looking for the outside flop, would love to save the shooter, and she does just that. Lovely shot. They're playing very well.
They sure are, Hans. And those reds are piling up with the hammer.
They are. And they've got great separation between the stones, nothing impeding their path to the 4-foot. So with 3 rocks to come for each team, the end setting up very, very nicely for Aoki and Koana. And it's difficult now for Baker and Lott because you can kind of see this coming. So we can see Tanner going to his favorite weapon, which is the heater. He's looking for the outside flop, would like to get some action. Goes across the top of the second shot. Spills to the edge of the 12-foot. Removes 2, so that cuts down the damage, but importantly for Koana and Aoki, still lying 1 covered. Nice shot.
Yeah, it gets them closer to their objective, but you give up 2 here, it's you got some work to do.
For sure. So now you can kind of, if you choose, just go old Ken Watson curling and draw the open side, leave lots of separation. That's an option. You can go around the corner again and stack them up if you're thinking about 3, but Tori Koana is saying, no, I don't want to do that. Don't want to run the risk of setting up a double and taking ourselves out of the end. So she's playing the out turn. Just love to sit it just in front of T-line. Doesn't want to set up a double. Doesn't mind if it comes a bit deep, but don't want to give them something to freeze to. It does come a little bit too deep in my view. It is second shot though. Well, it is shot rock actually, so they have a second shot.
Well, we've seen some good and unfortunate early on run backs, so he's been really close on these.
Well, we could hear Tanner say run double.
Yep.
And I know
he's gone.
I know he loves throwing these shots. In this situation, I don't like the call at all. I mean, you're going to have to, at worst, force to stay in the game. You don't make this perfect. You could be dropping 3, it's game over. And that's it. Game over.
Exactly, and he was so close. That's a 12-foot run back, right? Like you couldn't have been much closer.
Right. So you're, and so I just didn't like the shot selection there, Ryan. It was just too high risk for too low reward. You know, you make the double run back. You're leaving a corner guard. They're just going to come around the corner guard anyways. So are you actually improving it? Even if you make, I don't think so. So I would have much rather seen a corner freeze. Freeze the shot rock, but you know, trying that double run in that situation, I just didn't see any upside, even if they made it. So it's an open door here now for Aoki and Koana. not that there's a golden rule in mixed doubles. Sometimes you have to throw runbacks. Sometimes you have to explode rocks. But generally speaking, you'll want to keep your delivered stone in play. And if you're not doing that, you're really giving your opponent an advantage, in my view.
For sure. Totally agree with that. Yep.
So now, lying 3, 1 to come. I think there is only one shot
here with the freeze.
I think you have to. I mean, it's one of these situations where
calls or any taps, but could be.
Yeah. I think it is all or nothing on the freeze here, Ryan. And even if you make, Go has still got most of the forefoot to follow down to score. And if it's not absolutely welded, he can just try to pound it and they can score 2 that way, even if he loses shooter. Well, it is not a freeze. This is takeout weight. This is more like hit and roll territory, but this is going to be an invitation to the opponent to score 3. Yeah. Just don't like the shot choices. I mean, they throw nice stones, but just too much upweight play for my liking from Team Baker Lott in this game.
For sure. And there's a time and a place for that. But
exactly. I was just going to say the exact same phrase. No. Absolutely. Time and a place for those shots, but not in the times and places that they've been choosing them in this one. So this won't end the game, but certainly a chance to put a stranglehold on it. Open hit for 3. Aoki delivers. Tori Koana on the brush. Just playing a nice, gentle control weight. Line's looking pretty good. Tori not even bothering to keep it clean. She likes it.
Yep.
No problem at all. And bango, 3 on the power play for Koana and Aoki. That gives them a 7-2 lead here in Martensville.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Seventh end action is underway here in Martensville at the Aly Jenkins Mixed Double Memorial. Hans Frauenlob along with Ryan Jacques. 2 to play and a huge 3 for the team from Japan, Aoki Koana. They set it up perfectly and power play being used to the maximum there in 6.
They did a great job, kept it simple, and some maybe poorly timed upweight shots that just weren't quite made correctly, and there was an open split house for 3.
So the mathematics here, you're down 5, you got 2 to play, you've got last rock. So really to have a realistic chance to push this to extras, you're thinking we have to score 3 here.
Pretty much, yep. I think if you see a deuce or less, I think we're seeing handshakes.
A little extra discussion going on here prior to this shot choice.
Yeah, what do you think here, Hans? Do they just come down to that blue? Do they want to move it at all?
Your instinct says we don't like those center guards. So, but you can't blast them.
Yep.
So knowing, would you think about splitting the shorter of the two onto the rings or moving it a little bit? But sometimes the easiest way to get a stone into a place is to draw it there. So that seems to be what they're doing.
Yep, that's what they've been doing all game. So why not one more?
Well, once again, Tori Koana. Excellent line, excellent weight. And all of a sudden, the red stone sitting at the front of the forefoot is really dictating the shots that are going to come next. Here's Tanner Lott. And absolutely the shot choice here is just lob another one in there. Accumulate everything you can here if you're Team Blue. Pushes red onto the blue rock. So redstone now front button.
Oh, Hans, that's not a great angle on the red one there. How are they going to get that red out later on?
Well, this is now the point where I think, Ryan, it's time to explode the front.
Yeah. Koana, yeah, they want to keep it pretty simple here. So that red one on the top button, that's in a good spot. So you make a double peel here. They're going to be hard pressed to get that red one out of the stick around. And there will be lots of doubles for them later on.
So here's Tori Koana. Doesn't have to massively rearrange things here. Just wants to be on the outside of the red. If she can get action across the top blue, as she's done, very nicely job.
Oh,
very nicely
beautiful.
done. Removes a counter, gets her own stone back into control in the front of the button. Worth another look. Playing the left hand of those two red short guards. And this was always the play, trying to go across onto that front blue, get the angle on it, remove it. Touches her own shot rock on the way by and nudges it even more frozen against the blue shot at the back of the button. So that was an excellent stone. Excellent. Tanner Lott just wants to wiggle that red stone a little bit. The front stone, the red just stone in the front button. For me, if he can get to a third of it with back button weight and push it. This one, though, looks light. And it's going to crash the center guard. My goodness. That's a buzz killer for them, unfortunately. Cuts off the path to the button. I think we may be muted again. There we go.
Yeah, I was just talking with Jerry there. Trying to get a score update, so it says 7-2. There we go.
All right, Ryan, I'm not sure I'm hearing you here on the commentary, but I think we've got you. We're all good, and that attempted come around there from Tanner being light, taking the front, sitting the front, really does make the degree of difficulty for them way higher to try and score three. Really needed to get to that stone front button and move it a little bit.
For sure, yep. Can you hear me now, Hans?
Yeah, I think I've got you there, Ryan. All good.
Yeah, just muted myself for a sec to talk to Jerry, get a nice score update for us.
Oh, good.
It's an exciting end we've got here, that's for sure. But, I don't like you were saying, I don't see how they easily get that red one out there. They pretty much need 3 points here to keep the game going.
Important here for Aoki, though, that they get this one behind cover. That one needed to curl a little bit more than it did, so leaves like the glimmer of hope. So there is a blue run back. Again, you know, I know Tanner's instinct will be to blast blue into red. In this situation, I think you do need to promote blue to red, but I don't think you need to blast it because you do need to save those two blue behind them. So even though it's a really high degree of difficulty shot, I would be playing blue onto the red front button, but I'd only be thinking hack weight.
For sure. You read my mind there, Hans. Because you're going to lose a blue here unless you hit it darn perfect.
Thunders into the stone in the 8-foot, so it doesn't get to the target that he was trying to get to, but he does leave his own stone sitting in the 8-foot, so it is a factor. There are 3 blues, and remember, blue has got the hammer here, so not out of the woods yet. Team Koana Aoki. There is still danger of dropping a big multiple here. Because there are ways for that red stone in the front button to be removed. There's the red angle run. Pick the red off. You could score 3 that way. So this one will need to be good. You never like having a lonely shot in there, even if you're in shot rock position. You're always feeling a threat when your opponent's got the hammer. Go Aoki taking over on the sweep now. Trying to maneuver another one in there. Can't take everything away. This one is going to come in. I think they would have loved it to outcount the stone just in front of the 4-foot, but it comes to rest front of the 8-foot. That angle run is still absolutely there, Ryan.
It sure is.
There is a shot for 3 here. Red angle, pick off the red. Split them off, spill both, and you can score 3. You have to hit about 3/4 of that front stone on the outside to make. You can see Go Aoki looking at the angles.
Yep.
As he drops his head, he goes, "We left it for him. We shouldn't have left him that shot." Sometimes you see it too late.
Similar to the last shot, do you have to whip this one? Like, if you throw peel weight, you might remove the back one too, because those are almost glued on. It's a little more precise with peel weight.
Yeah, this one is a pure contact shot. So whatever weight you think to get you to that precise contact point on the front stone is the weight you throw. And if that's peel, it's peel.
Fair
it's
enough.
all about splitting the red. This one's got a lot of curling to do and a little wave in the air. Tanner knows it's not going to move enough. It just clips. And, well, we will wait for them to put the score up after the end because it's hard to say who's actually got the point. And now we are actually shaking hands. And so that will do it. That will end this game. Go Aoki and Tori Koana of Japan have prevailed over Randine Baker and Tanner Lott of Selkirk, Manitoba, in a very entertaining game of mixed doubles, Ryan.
It sure was, Hans. A pleasure commentating with you today.
So Team Aoki and Koana making their bid to try and keep in the conversation for making the playoffs here in Martensville at the Aly Jenkins Mixed Double Memorial. But that will do it. Thank you very, very much for joining us. Victory going to Aoki and Koana of Japan here in Martensville.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.